What's up, guys? We are Let's Play Ride and Seek. Welcome to this episode. Before we get started, we wanted to take a moment to thank all of our new subscribers that are here and also to reintroduce ourselves. I am Natalie.
I'm Abigail.
On this channel, you can definitely expect van life content, us traveling, tutorials, tips, and tricks, but also we want to be able to share all of our passions on this page, and with that comes our cooking and photography. Abby does some pole dance fitness. We just want to keep this page as organic as possible because every day is different for us, and we feel that you guys want to see realness. So that's what we're going to bring to you. Also, we have some exciting news.
You guys have asked for more cooking demonstrations, more cooking videos. Well, you're gonna get it.
We have decided to start a weekly food blog where I will be doing some cooking videos.
Now you're gonna get to see a little bit more of us with our cooking videos on Wednesdays. Woo-woo!
So tonight's going to be our first episode, and we're really excited because we are actually caravanning right now with some friends that we just met organically. We are going to make them a meal tonight and talk you through the meal and kind of just share what an evening is like caravanning with people.
They are a really cool, unique van life couple. They actually just started their van life journey a couple months ago. And
Newbies.
Yeah, they're van life newbies. But they're really sweet. And they're artistic. They're actually content creators as well. They have a YouTube channel. Cesar actually makes art videos. Really cool. And check this out. He drew a portrait of us. If you think this is cool, you should check out his YouTube channel, Cesar Santos. And you can actually see this drawing being made. So, pretty cool.
You'll have to check out his Instagram as well, Santos Cesart. We will have the link in the description. He is unbelievable.
Yeah, so talented.
So talented. You never know who you're going to meet on the road. Okay, cool. So now that we have given you our news, we are going to start cooking. So
let's get to it.
Get to it. So welcome to the very first episode of... Ready for this? I need a drum roll. Let's Play Ride and Eat. I'm your host, Chef Natalie, and every Wednesday I'm going to cook something new, and I'm going to take you through the process because you guys need to switch up what you're eating in a van because it could be a lot cooler. So today I'm going to be doing a street corn mac and cheese. I absolutely love mac and cheese. I don't actually know who doesn't like mac and cheese. This time around, I'm going to be making it with actual cheese. Normally me and Abby do a lot of vegan cooking, but we're going to switch it up. We like to eat dairy when it's local, and we happen to find some in South Dakota where we're at that is a local cheese, so we're going to go all out. Also, our friends eat meat, so it's a good way to kind of like meet in the middle. If you are a vegan, we will have an alternative way of making this. I will try to do that in most videos if it is not vegan, and we will have a link in the description for that. I'm making stock to get started. If you're interested in learning how to make a quick, simple veggie stock, I have that in another video. We will link it in the description. I absolutely love IPAs, and when I cook, I like to have a libation. It gets me going, so you'll probably see me most videos having one. Crow Peak Brewing from Spearfish, South Dakota. This is the way to drink a brewski, okay? Look at that. Ha ha! It's so cool. Anyways, cheers! For our ingredients, we are gonna start with 2 ears of corn, green onions, jalapeno. We're gonna be using a chipotle cheddar and a smoked white cheddar. Some half and half. Here I have my spices. I'm just gonna do garlic powder, onion powder. There's some paprika in here. I'm also using this from Trader Joe's. This is a really cool spice they just came out with. Everything but the elote. So this is actually made for street corn. But obviously if you don't have that, you can just add cumin and chili powder. Put it directly on the burner on the flame. And we're just gonna literally char it black. We're gonna let that go. And meanwhile, I'm going to shuck my corn. Pro tip, when you're shucking corn, you take the ear and you put it in a bowl. When you take it off, it doesn't spread everywhere. It'll go into the bowl, or you can use a paper towel. But you want to do that, otherwise if I did it on this cutting board, I'd have corn kernels everywhere. The dogs would eat all of our freaking corn, and that would be that. Alright. Throw that in there. And this is my method to be able to cover it. I don't have another way right now, but sometimes you have to improvise when living in van and cooking in a van. So that's what we're doing, people. Since we're making a street corn mac and cheese, I'm gonna add the flavor any way that I can. So actually you're gonna take these husks and add them to the veg stock that I am making. So it just gives it even more of a corn flavor. You're gonna taste corn in this. So I'm using a blend again of smoked chipotle cheddar and smoked white cheddar. You can use any variety that you want. If you are not into the smoke flavor, you could use a regular cheddar. You could use a Havarti, it would be really good. Yeah, just switch it up however you want, but we were really into the smoke and the boldness of that, so that's what we're gonna use. We're now straining the stock. I'm going to use that stock to make the pasta. I'm gonna cook it in the stock to bring out some more flavor. So we're just gonna boil it by the package. Everyone hopefully knows how to make pasta. So while my stock is boiling for my pasta, I'm gonna go out and enjoy this beer with the landscape because it's absolutely beautiful. The sun is setting and I have to do that. So side note, after meeting our friends, we were all just talking, and obviously when you meet someone new, as all of you do, you go and you creep their page, and you go and try and learn more about them. So our friend Cesar had gone on our YouTube, and he happened to see a video of us that we posted in Mexico when Abby was doing a surprise for me, and she was pole dancing in the video, and it caught his eye, and he was like, that is really cool, and his wife is very interested in learning, so he offered to put the pole in the ground for us, which is amazing because it's so hard for me to do it when we do it, but he got it up. Abby did some dancing in a storm. He was doing some drumming because he also does drumming,
so cool.
And over fire. We just had an amazing time. The next day, he offered to do some sketches of her while she was pole dancing, and which is so cool. And we absolutely have to share that with you because it's part of our experience. Yes. It's part of our day, caravanning with our friends. So we are here in South Dakota at the Badlands in BLM land. We're hanging out with our new friends. We have just kind of been collaborating and cooking and having an amazing conversation together. And we want to show you what is going on behind this van.
I'm just good at caring too much. I'm just good at caring too much. Is it too much to ask that you be all mine? I never was good at sharing.
I have the perfect move for you. The flag. Squeeze your obliques, lift your legs, and flag.
Nice.
Press.
Okay.
Yeah, and then lift. Yeah! Woo!
I'm sweating.
These are the kinds of things that happen in our life, and we want to share them with you just to keep it real. Yeah.
But we're gonna get back to cooking. Oh.
Speaking of cooking.
I just cooled it down, rinsed it down so it doesn't keep cooking, and I'm massaging it with some oil and salt so it has flavor, okay? We salt in stages. That's how I make the food so good, okay? Low and slow, salt in stages. That's my motto. Just made that up. Also, the chef coat was just to start, okay? Just so you know that I'm profesh, but like also I want to be comfortable. So I'm back in my tank top. I live in a van, okay? Thank you. I am going to start sauteing our vegetables. Did I say saute? Sauteing our vegetables. I'm going to use olive oil. And I want it to be on a pretty high heat because I want the corn to get nice and caramelized, start to brown. So I'm going to put my corn in first so that it has a chance to get nice and crusty. I'm doing garlic, onion, and green onion. Once it starts to sizzle, I'm going to add all the spices and let them incorporate. Add your spices as you're cooking. You really want all your spices to get into the oil and to get into the vegetables. A lot of people that I know will add the spices later. It's not an afterthought. I want to cook the spices into the vegetables. So, do you want to see the cutest Simba cub? I catch Lee Chan the cutest positions all the time. He's so independent, he just wants to be by himself. So now we've got our roasted pepper. I am going to take the outside skin off. So putting it in that mug and covering it just allows that to release from the peppers. And then I'm going to de-seed it. Cut these down. I'm going to add them to my corn and onion mixture. Just needs a few more minutes, and then I'm going to pull half of this out, and I'll leave half in the sauce. So I'll leave half in the sauce so it really gets that flavor. Once again, I'm trying to pull that flavor out as much as possible, but also because I want half for topping so that that corn stays caramelized. If I were to leave all of this in here and put liquid on it, obviously that would cause that corn to lose its crusty goodness, and I don't want that to happen. So now that we have the crusty veggies, I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil, because to make a roux, which is essentially fat and flour, to get your sauce thick. So I need to have fat in order for that to happen. So I'm going to add some more oil, and then we can add our flour. I can't give you an exact science, but you want the ratio of fat and flour to be 1 in 1, so equal parts. You don't want to burn your flour, so I'm going to have it on low heat. I'm going to let the fat and flour incorporate. And this is just going to cook on low for probably about 5 minutes. You're basically cooking the flour flavor out. And that's going to leave you with a nice paste. Again, there's no exact science to knowing when the roux is done. I simply taste the corn to make sure that the flour flavor is out. And now that it tastes like corn again, I'm going to add my remaining stock. Now I'm going to use a whisk. I would advise to use a whisk because it's going to want to clump up and seize up at first. So the whisk is just going to help incorporate it quicker. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat up a bit. All right, now it's boiling, so I'm going to add the half and half. And you're going to keep whisking it. So this is, I've also a pro tip. Leave this out. You don't want to have that be cold and add to this because it's going to make it seize up. So I left that at room temperature. Okay, so now I have it where I want it. I just tasted it. I am going to adjust the seasoning a bit. I'm going to add a little more salt. Again, there's no science to this. You just have to taste it and trust your palate. And I feel like it needs a little bit of salt. I'm not going to add too much because the cheese is going to also add salt to it. But this is about the consistency that you want it. Not too thick, not too thin. Perfect. And I'm going to cut the heat. So the reason I'm going to cut the heat is because there is a lot of oil in cheese. And that's going to want to separate when the heat comes to it. So cutting the heat is just going to help it not have that problem. I have to be honest, baked mac and cheese, I'm just not a fan. I like to have the saucy goodness. Baked mac and cheese, it's like you put all the noodles and the cheese, and then you put pats of butter on top, and then you bake it, and then when you take it out, it's just like separated, oily. Ugh, no, I need it to be incorporated and creamy, so that's why we're going to do it this way. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow, Abby, you want to try this?
Yes, I do.
It's hot.
Oh.
Alright folks, this is all we gotta do now. Add the noodles to the goodness. I want y'all to be here to eat this, I'm telling you.
How much do you like that sound?
This is the worst sound in the world. That's not okay. Listen, everybody. That's the worst thing ever.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but the coyotes are going off in the distance. So freaking cool. This is the best campsite.
You want some mac and cheese? Y'all better come back in here. So that's it, you guys. Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo. It is where I want it. So we're just going to add our toppings. So that reserved corn and peppers that I saved, we're just going to put that right on the top. Nice and crusty. So look at that. Nice and crunchy. Oh my gosh. And some green onion. If I were you, I would add some cotija cheese like you would on actual street corn. But that's all she wrote. So we're going to go get our friends, have them come over, we can start eating. Thank you guys again. The recipe will be in the description. Vegans, the recipe will be in the description. Yeah, let's do this. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Come on.
Look who it is.
Welcome to the Let's Play Ride and Eat kitchen. Please sit down.
All right.
Yes.
That's like the whole bottle.
Nice.
I mean, you got to.
Cheers.
Yes.
Art and life.
To art and life. I love it.
it's funny because when you enjoy something, there's no thinking about it. That's why people go, wow. It's like a nice sunset. It's like, describe it. You're gonna enjoy
I
it.
love the pasta is al dente.
Yes. I tried really hard. I was like, I better. I'm cooking for an Italian, okay, people?
I'm ready for more.
Peluche is also hoping for mac and cheese,
Oh,
but he is
don't be
not going
sorry.
to get some.
Amazing.
Hey, good
Hello.
night.
Good night.
Oh, dinner was so amazing last night. They really seemed to love it.
It's funny because Cesar told us that he doesn't care about food. He eats the same thing every day. And I was like, oh my God, I almost gave me a heart attack because it's one of my favorite things to do. But with that being said, he went back for seconds. He loved it, which means a lot to me. I told Abby I need to stop being worried about where we're going because I got into South Dakota with not a good vibe. I wasn't sure how, I was going to feel about it. And this has literally been one of the best spots we've been at since we were in Baja, Mexico on the beach. It was an amazing experience. The cool thing about being on the road is your neighbors are always changing. You don't, if you don't like your neighbor, it's fine. You can move. And we just happened to vibe so well with them and they ended up sticking around a lot longer than they probably would have, vice versa.
Yeah.
So awesome time. We had a great time. We can't wait to see you on Sunday. Also next week, I will be making something new on Wednesday. So make sure you stick around for Let's Play, Ride, and Eat. Let's Play, Ride, and Seek out.
Oh, it was so cool meeting you guys.
Seriously, you never know what you're going to
Super
get,
happy.
and you guys have really made it worth it.
That was super cool.
Thanks for collaborating.
It was fun.
Thank you so much.
So much fun.
You were such an inspiration. It was incredible.
Likewise.
Always see you later.
Yeah,
Let's share backyard soon.
Yes,
absolutely.